As we get a little older, our bodies start sending us little signals. Maybe a bit more stiffness in the morning, a little less energy in the afternoon, or even just feeling a bit heavier after meals. And if you've ever thought, why do I feel so sluggish after eating? Well, my friend, it might just be what's on your plate. Now, I'm not here to scare you or tell you to give up all the foods you love. But after 60, our metabolism changes, and some foods that never bothered us before can suddenly make us feel tired, achy, or even put us at risk for bigger health problems. So today, we're going to talk about the worst foods to eat after 60, the ones that might be secretly working against you, and what to enjoy instead. And trust me, this isn't about strict diets or depriving yourself. It's about making simple, smart choices so you can keep feeling your best for years to come. Sound good? Let's get started. The first food to avoid: processed meats. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I've been eating bacon and deli meats my whole life. And hey, I get it. They're quick, they're tasty, and they've been a staple for years. But here's the problem. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and even that packaged ham from the grocery store are loaded with sodium, preservatives, and chemicals like nitrates. Why does that matter? Well, too much sodium can send your blood pressure soaring, and those preservatives? They've been linked to inflammation in the body, something that can make joint pain worse and even increase the risk of heart disease. And after 60, our kidneys aren't as efficient at filtering out all that extra salt, which means it sticks around longer, causing bloating and putting strain on your heart. So what's a better option? If you love a good sandwich, try fresh roasted turkey or chicken instead, something you've cooked yourself without all the added junk. Or, if you're craving something smoky, a little grilled salmon or even a veggie burger can hit the spot without the downside. The second food to watch out for: sugary cereals and pastries. Breakfast. The most important meal of the day, right? Well, not if it's a bowl of sugary cereal or a sweet pastry. Those morning muffins, flavored instant oatmeal, and even some healthy granolas can be packed with hidden sugars that send your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride. Here's why that's a problem. As we age, our bodies don't process sugar as well as they used to. Too much of it can lead to energy crashes, weight gain, and even increase the risk of diabetes. And let's be honest, starting your day with a sugar spike just leaves you feeling tired and hungry again an hour later. Instead, try a breakfast that balances protein and fiber. Maybe some scrambled eggs with avocado or plain Greek yogurt with fresh berries and a sprinkle of nuts. It'll keep you full, steady your energy, and won't leave you reaching for a mid-morning snack. The third big offender: white bread and refined grains. Now let's talk about bread, because I know how comforting a soft, fresh slice of white bread can be. But here's the thing. White bread, white rice, and even most pasta are what we call refined grains. That means they've been stripped of their fiber and nutrients, leaving behind mostly starch that turns into sugar in your body. Without fiber, these foods digest too quickly, spiking your blood sugar and leaving you hungry soon after. Plus, fiber is crucial for keeping digestion smooth, something that becomes even more important as we get older. If you've noticed things slowing down in that department, cutting back on white bread could make a real difference. Instead, try whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, or 100% whole wheat bread. They've got all the good stuff still intact, so they digest slower, keep you full longer, and help keep everything moving the way it should. Now we've covered 3 big foods to avoid: processed meats, sugary breakfasts, and refined grains. But there are a few more sneaky ones that might surprise you. So in the next part, we'll talk about the drinks that could be causing trouble, plus one common health food that might not be as good for you as you think. In the meantime, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any foods that just don't sit well with you anymore? Drop a comment below and let's chat about it. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps others find this information too. Remember, eating well isn't about restriction. It's about feeling your best so you can enjoy every day to the fullest. And that's what matters, right? Now, in the first part of our chat, we talked about how processed meats, sugary breakfasts, and refined grains might be working against you after 60. But here's something I've learned over the years. Sometimes the biggest culprits aren't just the foods we eat, but what we're drinking too. You see, as we age, our bodies become less forgiving when it comes to certain beverages. What used to slide right through now might leave us feeling bloated, jittery, or just plain uncomfortable. So today, let's talk about the drinks that could be secretly sabotaging your energy, your digestion, and even your sleep, plus one so-called health food that might not be doing you any favors. Sound good? Let's dive in. The fourth food, or drink. To avoid sugary sodas and fruit juices. Now, I know what you're thinking, but fruit juice is healthy, right? Well, here's the surprising truth. That glass of orange juice or apple juice might have as much sugar as a can of soda. And while fruit in its whole form is packed with fiber and nutrients, juicing strips most of that away, leaving behind a concentrated sugar bomb. After 60, our bodies don't process sugar as efficiently as they once did. Too much of it can lead to blood sugar spikes, weight gain, and even increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. And let's not forget about soda, diet or regular. The phosphoric acid in many sodas can actually leach calcium from your bones over time, which is the last thing we want as we get older. So what's a better choice? If you love fruit, eat the whole thing. The fiber slows down sugar absorption. Or try infusing your water with slices of lemon, cucumber, or berries for a refreshing, no-sugar twist. Herbal teas are another great option. Warm or iced, they're hydrating without the downside. The fifth problematic drink, too much alcohol. Now, I'm not here to tell you to give up your evening glass of wine if you enjoy it, but here's something important to keep in mind. As we age, our bodies metabolize alcohol differently. What used to be a harmless nightcap might now leave you with poorer sleep, next-day fatigue, or even dehydration that lingers. Alcohol can also interfere with medications, lower blood sugar unexpectedly, and even contribute to balance issues. If you do drink, consider sticking to one serving, having it with a meal to slow absorption, and alternating with water. And if you've noticed it doesn't agree with you like it used to, there's no shame in opting for a fun mocktail instead. Your body will thank you. The sixth sneaky offender, margarine and fake butter spreads. Now this one might surprise you. For years we were told that margarine and vegetable oil spreads were healthier than butter. But the truth is, many of them are loaded with trans fats or unhealthy processed oils that can increase inflammation in the body. Inflammation is something we want to avoid as we age. It's linked to joint pain, heart disease, and even memory issues. So what's a better choice? Real butter in moderation, or better yet, olive oil or avocado for spreading on toast. These healthy fats actually support your brain and heart instead of working against them. Now, we've covered drinks that drain your energy and spreads that might be causing hidden harm. But there's one last category of foods that's especially important to talk about. The ones that can wreak havoc on your digestion and even affect your mood. In the next part, we'll cover those, plus some simple, delicious swaps to keep you feeling your best. In the meantime, I'd love to hear, have you given up any of these foods or drinks and noticed a difference? Let me know in the comments. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the final part. Remember, small changes can lead to big wins for your health, and you're worth it. Well, my friend, we've covered a lot of ground together, haven't we? From processed meats to sugary drinks, we've talked about how some everyday foods might be working against us after 60. But before we wrap up, there are a few more important ones we need to discuss. Foods that can really upset your digestion, cloud your thinking, and even affect your mood. Now, I don't want you to walk away from this feeling like you can't enjoy anything anymore. That's not the point at all. My goal is to help you make informed choices so you can feel your absolute best in these golden years. After all, good food should make you feel energized and satisfied, not sluggish or uncomfortable. So let's talk about these last few offenders. And more importantly, some delicious alternatives that will keep you feeling great. The seventh food to watch out for: fried foods. Oh, I know, there's nothing quite like the crunch of perfectly fried chicken or those golden French fries. But here's the hard truth. As much as we might love them, fried foods become harder for our bodies to handle as we get older. All that oil sits heavy in your stomach, often leading to heartburn or indigestion. Plus, the high temperatures used in frying create compounds that can increase inflammation throughout your body. And inflammation, as we've discussed, is something we definitely want to minimize as we age. Now, does this mean you can never enjoy crispy foods again? Of course not. Try oven frying with a light coating of whole wheat breadcrumbs or almond flour. You'll get that satisfying crunch without the digestive distress. Air fryers are another great option. They use just a fraction of the oil while still giving you that crispy texture we all love. The eighth problematic food: artificial sweeteners. This one might surprise you. Many people switch to diet sodas or sugar-free treats thinking they're making a healthier choice. But artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin can actually do more harm than good, especially as we get older. Some studies suggest they may disrupt your gut bacteria, and we're learning just how important those little microbes are for everything from digestion to immunity to even mental health. Plus, these sweeteners can be hundreds of times sweeter than sugar, which may actually increase your cravings for sweets over time. If you're looking to cut back on sugar, try natural options like a drizzle of honey or pure maple syrup in moderation. Or better yet, retrain your taste buds to enjoy the natural sweetness of fruits. A ripe peach or handful of berries can be incredibly satisfying when you're not overwhelming your palate with hyper-sweet artificial flavors. The ninth and final offender: canned soup and packaged foods high in sodium. Now, I completely understand the convenience of canned soups and ready-made meals. They're quick, they're easy, and when you're not feeling up to cooking, they can seem like a lifesaver. But here's the problem. Many of these products contain shocking amounts of sodium, sometimes more than a whole day's worth in just one serving. Excess sodium becomes harder for our kidneys to process as we age, leading to water retention, higher blood pressure, and unnecessary strain on your heart. And it's not just soups. Check labels on frozen dinners, packaged sauces, and even some canned vegetables that come in brine. The solution? When possible, opt for low-sodium versions or make big batches of homemade soup to freeze in portions. It's easier than you think. Just throw some vegetables, lean protein, and broth in a pot and let it simmer. You control exactly what goes in, and your body will thank you for it. Now, I know this might feel like a lot to take in, but remember, you don't have to change everything overnight. Even swapping out just one or two of these foods can make a noticeable difference in how you feel. Think of it this way. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish your body and invest in your well-being. And the beautiful thing is, when you start eating foods that truly fuel you, you'll likely find you have more energy, clearer thinking, and just an overall better feeling in your day-to-day life. I want to leave you with this thought. Getting older doesn't mean you have to feel old. The choices we make at the table play a huge role in how vibrant and alive we feel at any age. And you, my friend, deserve to feel absolutely wonderful in these years. If you found this helpful, I'd be so grateful if you'd hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips on thriving after 60. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you made any food changes that made a big difference in how you feel? Share your experiences in the comments below. We can all learn from each other. Remember, every small step counts. Here's to your health, your happiness, and to feeling fantastic at every age. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're worth it.